Hi guys, in this video we're going to make a Christmas cake that looks like a little cute candle. So I've baked a small fruit cake. This one's just 4 inches, but you can bake it to whatever size you like. And I'm just going to put a layer of apricot jam on the top, and then we're going to roll out some marzipan and stick that onto the top. And we'll cut around the edge. I'm going to put more apricot jam around the sides, and then we'll wrap a piece of marzipan just around the edge. Now, I've rolled this just slightly too short, so I'm just going to try and spread it around with my cake smoother. I've left the extra bit, can you see on the top? I haven't trimmed that down because we want it to look like part of the candle. And I'm just adding a little ball of marzipan into the middle that we're kind of pressing down so it's got a little bit of a point poking upwards. I'm just going to cover the whole thing in a little bit of water, just so it gets a little bit tacky, ready for putting on our red fondant. So we've just got some red fondant here, and what I'll do is link below the video everything that I've used in this video. So this should stick to our marzipan, so just be careful rubbing it down the sides, make sure you're not getting any air bubbles trapped in, and just use your cake smoothers to rub down around the edges. We're going to cut off all the excess fondant from around the bottom, and I've iced a little cake drum, so it's just a little bit bigger than my cake, and I'm just going to place the cake onto the top. Now if your cake doesn't stick, you can just put a dollop of royal icing on there to hold it in place, and then using our extra bits of red fondant that were the offcuts, we're going to roll like some little candle drips, so kind of teardrop shapes. Just sticking these with a bit of water, and it's up to you if you want quite a few on or if you just want the odd one or two. Do some at the bottom, and then we'll do some that look like they're coming up from the top. Just curve that one slightly over the edge, put some at that side, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press a little mouth in with the rounded end of my Dresden tool, so we end up with this kind of shape. And my hand's a little bit in the way, but I've just put a tiny piece of black fondant just in the middle of that mouth. Then we've got a tiny ball of pink that's just going to go in the bottom. Using the pointy end of my Dresden tool, I'm kind of pressing down in the middle, so we get a little line in the tongue. And then we've just got 2 little discs of black for our eyes. So again, I'm just sticking these on with a little bit of water. And then if you want to add any more drips, you can do. So for the eyelids, I've just rolled a ball of red, quite thin, and we're just going to cut off 2 little bits so we get kind of a little curved strip, and we're going to stick these on the top edge of each eye. Now I've put a little bit of pink powder on for the cheeks, but it doesn't actually show up overly well, so you don't have to do this bit if you don't want to. Put water now on the black of the eye, and we're going to roll 2 small balls of white fondant. We're going to press those down so they flatten in the eye, so our eye has a little bit of a sparkle. And then we'll do the same again with a smaller ball of fondant. Now I'm actually going to put a cocktail stick into this cake, so you would need to make sure that this bit was removed before eating. If you prefer, you could use like a piece of spaghetti. Just put a small bit of black fondant just around the bottom. This is going to be my candle wick. And then using some yellow fondant, we're going to make a bit of a flame. So we start with a teardrop and we curve the top. We'll do the same with a piece of orange, but smaller, and flatten it slightly. And that's just going to press into the middle, can you see, of our yellow. Don't make it too big, otherwise it will slide down your cocktail stick. So we're just going to push that onto there, like that. And let's just make some little red berries and give our candle a little bit of holly. So I've just got a leaf cutter. This one's a poinsettia cutter, but I had it in the cupboard and it will do the job nicely. If I want to make my leaves smaller, can you see, I'll just trim the edge off like that. Let's just draw a little line down the middle, and then some little lines coming off the side. We're going to stick these down with a little bit of water, and you can put as many or as few of these on as you like. And then we'll just pop our red berries in the middle of our leaves. I've only got space for 2, I think. Then I'm going to finish off my board with a bit of gold sparkly ribbon. So a nice easy one for you this time. Don't forget to check out my other Christmas tutorials on our YouTube channel. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment below. You can see more of my tutorials by clicking on the images on screen now. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button to stay up to date with my future tutorials. There are also links in the description box below where you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and more.